and welcome. This is Amanda, the Nerdy Krafter, and I'm here today with our Make It Simple Monday Art Impressions challenge that we have in the Art Impressions Way Facebook group. And this is week 4 of our June challenge, which is beaches, lighthouse, summer theme. So pull out all of your amazing sets that you have. I did this one a couple weeks ago, nice, gorgeous beach theme. And then I thought I would bring out one of the old window sets. This is UMM3178, and it's got this gorgeous little beach scene. This is kind of my happy place. So when somebody says go to meditate and go to your happy place, this right here is what I think of. So this is a set we're going to be using today. And it says, wiggle your toes in the sands of the sea, dream of tomorrow, and all that can be. So that's what it says around the outside here. So very beautiful. I'm going back and forth on whether I want to use my Tombos, and I was kind of thinking of bringing in, these are my Daniel Smith watercolors, and I love using these also. And then I was at Hobby Lobby recently, and I have these gorgeous metallic ones there. So I'm like, do I want to step out of my comfort zone and do something different, or stay with the same old, same old? I think I'm going to stick with the Tombos. They are my tried and true. I love them dearly, so we're going to do that. I'm going to bring in my Lisa Horton Cloud 9 because I want a nice crisp black outline on this stamp to get started with. So I hope everyone's having a fabulous month so far. It has been super busy for me. Last weekend, I had the opportunity to go to the Art Impressions Bible Journaling Retreat, and I will do a flip through and a video for you of all of the amazing things we made at the retreat. If you have not had the opportunity to go in the past, or you're looking forward to going, I highly recommend watching for the sign up for next year and jumping on it as soon as it comes available, because this is an event you just don't want to miss. The amazing ladies that I was able to meet, getting to see the Krebs family, and just having a couple of days of just fun and watercoloring when you don't get to do that that often, it was absolutely amazing. All right, so let's get to watercoloring. I'm going to pull out my little placemat here that I like to do all of my squiggles on. Use this for my palette. So let's start with 526. This is going to be our water and some of our sky. I'm going to pull in my browns. So 969. And then I want to bring in the 947 also. We are going to need a darker blue. Oh, 565. I always grab the 565 and the 555. And then some greens. And I just pulled in a new green that we used at the retreat, which I was really loving. It's the 098. And it's got this olive green to it. I really, really like that. So I'm going to pull that in also. And I'm going to make a little bit of my gray. I have my 636 here for some of those gorgeous flowers. Okay, I think that will get me started. I'll bring in whatever other colors I need afterwards. Go ahead and prime my brush. So this is a different brush. This is one that I was using at the Bible Journaling Retreat. This is my Escada Prado number 4 brush, and oh my goodness, absolutely love, 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 love this brush. Oh, I forgot my yellows. Need some yellows for the sky. 993. and 925. That'll make a gorgeous little sunset. Okay, so let's start with some of the 565 and the 526. And I'm just going to bring in some sky back here. So I'm just patting in that sky. And a little bit lighter coming out this way. So sky, I don't mind if it's a little wetter. It helps the colors kind of move a little bit. I want it to be a little wispy movement, so I'm all good with a little bit more water in this area. Okay, and it looks like for the sun, they did some orange first. And again, I'm going to allow this just to be a little wetter. Get a nice saturation of that. And then bring in the 993 yellow and just bring that out. Now this is a color I do tend to need a little bit more of, so it is one that I like a nice saturation of it, so I do bring it in a little heavier. Perfect. All right, so let's get some of the ocean going. Leave in some white in there. And I can always bring in the Dr. P.H. Martin's white to add some more white to it also. Then we're going to move on to the sand. And a little bit of, so that was 947 and then the 969 also, just for some shade points. We know that we're going to have some shadows coming out from our palm trees. There'll be some shadows under our chairs. Okay. Let's bring in some of the 636 for these gorgeous little flowers. And this is such a simple image to paint. It just goes so quickly. So don't overthink it. Just get some color down, have fun. So I did end up putting my hand straight into that 098. So I'm going to move that up here. Because I like a little bit of this olive color to lay down the base for the palms. And when we're watercoloring, leaving white space is just fine. Like, don't worry about if you have white space on here. Don't let it scare you. It is okay. That is all part of the watercolor. And you can see I'm bouncing around to different parts of this. Kind of where do I want to add my colors at. So I'm going to bring in some of the lighter 947 and then we'll come in with the darker to darken these palm trees up. And the sun's over here, so I'm going to darken this left-hand side up. and leaving a little bit more white on that side there. Let's bring in some darker colors again out on this side, underneath. It's going to be lighter closer to the sun, so think of that. And then for these bushes, I'm going to just mix in some of the 249 and the 177 along with that 098. Just let a bunch of these colors, because they're not all gonna, your bushes are not gonna be one solid color, and that's what I like about kind of bringing in some of this different colors. Just letting the colors play. I'm gonna build my gray up here. And I'm gonna pinch that off really good. And for my trails, I'm just going to bring in a little bit of gray, give them some texture and dimension, just so that they're not flat in one color and kind of popping off the page here. The gray also allows me to come in and use that for some shadows. So if I want to put some shadows in, and it's going to be a little darker underneath, so I can use that dark blue and darken some of these areas up. All right. And I just want to bring a little bit more texture into my sand here. So this is sand and textured, so I'm just going to kind of come in and pat in some colors. Just layering up until I find the color that I'm happy with, and know that it's going to dry back a little bit. And if I want to pick up any of that color, I think I got it just a little too dark, so I'm just picking it up a little bit and just bring it back in the color that I want. Beautiful. And then I am going to brush in just a little bit of this yellow. Because I want that to be very well saturated. And then I can blend that out. It's very rare. Yellow and probably red are the two colors that I will come in and do direct to paper on, because I really want to make those colors pop. All the rest I do from the palette and bring them in, but those two, just, I sometimes need just a hair more color that I'm looking for. All right, and I am happy with that, so I'm going to find my pen, sign that. I will put it together on a card, and we are good to go. So thank you so much for following me. This is Amanda the Nerdy Crafter, and here is my Make It Simple Monday, June week 4, beach themed